I know what some of you guys are probably thinking. Marriage again? Alex, really? Yes. But as you can see from the title, it's going to be a different avenue or a different perspective on marriage. The mindset of marriage. So if this intrigues you at all and you're kind of curious, please stay tuned. So let's dive into this. Alright, so the mindset of marriage. Well, this topic actually stemmed from a podcast that I was watching. Michael Jr., he's a comedian, a stand-up comedian. He was doing this podcast with his wife, and they were answering viewer questions. And there's two clips that I want to play for you, but I want to take a moment in between both of these clips and just kind of discuss it a little bit. But this first one, they're talking about this idea of buttons being pushed. So I'd like to show you this clip and play for you this clip, and then we'll just discuss it and go from there. So let's watch this together.
Absolutely, because the more you start that journey, the more you'll recognize that you got some stuff that's kind of broke, and then it won't be a surprise when you get married.
Yeah.
Because it's going to show up. People think they get married to I'm gonna marry the right person, and this is the thought they have, maybe without articulating it. I love this person so much, they're not going to push any of my buttons, and I'm not going to push any of theirs. And that is not what marriage is about. What you're really saying when you get married, whether you want to articulate it or not, what you're really saying, if you want to be successful, is you're saying, I love this person so much, I'm going to trust them with all of my buttons, knowing that they'll get pushed.
Mm-hmm.
If you go into it with that mindset that you're going to trust them with your buttons, and when they push it, and then when you get triggered, instead of pushing out, you press in, goodness gracious, you have set yourself up for success. If you go into your marriage recognizing that you're broken, you'll be in such a better place.
And you don't have to be perfect. It's just the awareness. I know where I'm broken, and I know how this affects other people. That will save a marriage.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean you stay broken. It just means you just said, I know where I'm broken, but guess what? You're going to find some other spots too. They're going to show you some stuff. They will. They may not be able to articulate it. One of my favorite lines, I didn't write, I just say it and I added a word to it. Life will bring you people and circumstances to reveal where you're not free yet. And one of those people, absolutely for sure, is going to be your spouse. And when you get married, you're saying, this is the person I trust, who's going to present me with some circumstances to show where I'm not free. And as a result of knowing that, I'm about to get that way.
See, that's so incredibly profound, at least for me. The mindset to have going into a marriage about, I'm going to trust you with all of my buttons, knowing that they will get pushed. Because, quite frankly, your buttons will get pushed. You will push hers, and she will push yours. But if you have this mindset of not wanting to push each other's buttons, even though that might be a good mindset, it's not really practical, because we are human beings. We will push each other's buttons. We don't all think the same. We are individuals. So with that comes buttons being pushed. But you have to have this mindset that I'm going to trust this person with my buttons, all of them, knowing that they'll get pushed and loving them anyway, and sticking through it anyway. Not that once they get pushed, that's it, I'm gonna throw the towel in and I'm done. I don't like this button being pushed, so I'm out, and calling it quits. So there's a mindset shift that has to happen. And when we go into marriage with that kind of a mindset, like he said, it's going to be huge. It's profound. It's a game changer. So Now that brings me to this other clip. They're answering a viewer's question. Her name is Carol, and she asked this question. Well, I'll let them read it. So just check this clip out, and then we'll discuss this. So
Yeah, this is from Carol on Facebook.
Carol.
She says,
Carol, I know Carol.
She says, why can't marriage be exciting and fun after 32 years?
Ooh.
Let me ask you, Carol.
Why can't marriage be exciting after 30? Why can't it be? Whoa, that's great. So here's the thing. It's really a perspective thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because, Carol, if you say, why can't it be exciting after 30 years, that means you've already decided that it can't be exciting. So the number one thing that people want in life is to be right. It's the number one thing people want. So right now, if your perspective truly is after 30 years, marriage cannot be exciting and fun, you could go to Disney World with your spouse, and when you get there, it won't be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Because your number one requirement, your number one desire is to be right. So you're not going to be wrong about it. You just went to Disney World, and at some point you're going to slingshot right back to marriage isn't fun. The example I like to use, we use sometimes, is about the girls in the library. You want to share an example?
Oh, yes. So if a woman walks into a library who has the viewpoint that there are no good men around, and she walks into a library and there are two men in the library, one of them is stinking awesome and the other one is a thug, which one do you think she's going to notice?
Yeah. She's going to find the thug.
If she has to be right, she doesn't even see the guy who's worth something.
Right.
She sees the thug.
Exactly.
Because she needs to confirm her thought that all the men that are left are no good.
Exactly. And even if she happens, let's say the thug isn't in the library no more. He's not there no more. But her belief is still there's no good men out there. If she finds the good man who's a 10, we're going to make, he's a doggone 10. If she finds him, her ego still has to be right.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, she is going to find something wrong with him, even though there's nothing wrong, because she has to be right. And the sad part is she wants to be right about something she doesn't even want.
Right.
So if you open up the possibilities, you open up the possibilities.
that analogy that they gave about the library and the two guys at the library, but the lady only having the mindset or the mentality that there are no good men. So even though there is a good guy, a 10, she doesn't see the good guy because she has to be right. It's a mindset again. So it leads me to ask the question, what kind of mindset do we have when we go into marriage? Are you wanting to be right? Are you wanting to win every single argument? Are you wanting the marriage to thrive and flourish and be the best for both people? Because whatever your mindset is, if it's only focused on you and what you can get out of it and how you can be right and how you can win, it's not a conducive environment for a healthy marriage. It's not going to flourish that way. It's a very toxic environment. It's very one-sided. And I feel like a lot of us that hop into marriage that don't take the time to really think and process and pray and search the scriptures for who we want as a potential spouse, our criteria that we're looking for. We just rush into marriage because we just base it off of the fact of, oh, they're pretty or they're handsome. And so we hop into the marriage without ironing out all the other details first and figuring out exactly what we want and what we're looking for. And so when the buttons get pushed or when arguments happen and you want to be right, or you're like, see, this is why, all men are bad. We have to be careful. We have to be careful. With that kind of a mindset, you're not going to go very far in anything that you do or accomplish, because it's a closed off mindset. It's a closed off outlook. There's really no outlook. It's all just an in look, and you're just wanting to win all the time. And it's not always about winning. It's about what is best for the collective whole. See, me as a single person looking for a potential spouse, I like to watch a lot of these podcasts outside to get different perspectives and different ideas and different outlooks on what works and what doesn't work, what is beneficial and what's healthy and what's unhealthy, so that I could try to avoid as much as possible. And when I learn and gain knowledge about certain things, I like to bring it to you and share it with you, and hopefully make it simple so that the rest of us that are watching can either learn and avoid so that we don't make the mistakes that others have made. And for those of us that are married that have either gone through some of this stuff, that seeing this and hearing this hopefully will kind of change and benefit the marriage and help it grow and help it heal. So I hope that some of you, if not all of you, were encouraged by this, what you heard and what you saw. And I hope that you will share it with people, fellow married couples and single people and people who are dating. Just everyone. Share it with everyone, because we all can take a piece from this and learn something from it. A little nugget, even if it's just a little bit, it's still worth it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment below and let me know of some of the mindsets that married couples have when you have gone into a marriage, and how it's probably changed now being in marriage for a while. If the mindset that you had going in had to be changed, or if you already had a good mindset going in and you didn't really have to change much. I'd like to know. And for those that are single, what kind of mindset you guys had before seeing this video, and if it's changed at all after seeing this video. So let's encourage each other and help build each other up, and hopefully we will make marriages that much stronger. So thank you guys for tuning in this week, and please be blessed, and I'll see you guys next week. So stay safe.